All right, so we're going to go through solving a system of equations. So it says, for the following system, determine the solution x comma y. And so we have two equations, and we have to figure out what the x value is and what the y value is. The first thing that we should notice about this system is we already have a y value by itself. So right here, the y is by itself, which is really important. So what we're going to do is if we know y is by itself, we can put a box around everything that y is equal to. And we're going to use substitution and substitute all of this in the red box in for our y variable, so up here. Okay. So we're going to make a little note over here that we're using substitution. Okay, so what's going to happen is since we're plugging it into the top equation, we're going to start with the top equation. So we still have our 4x plus 3, but instead of our y, we take the y out and we're plugging the whole box in. So in parentheses, we're going to have negative 12 plus 8x in parentheses, because all of that replaced the y. So we take the y out, we put the whole box in, and then we have equals negative 8. So now we want to go ahead and simplify it the best we can. So we have some parentheses that we want to get rid of. So we are going to distribute the positive 3 to everything in the parentheses. This 4x in the front is not connected, so we're going to bring that down. So we're going to do a positive 3 times the negative 12. Positive times a negative is a negative. And 3 times 12 is 36. So we're going to have minus 36, because it was a negative 36. And then we're going to do a positive 3 times a positive 8. 3 times 8 is a positive 24. So you have a plus 24x, and the x goes with it because there's an x with the 8. And then we have our equal sign, and then we have negative 8. So now we can go ahead and combine some like terms. So we have an x value here and we have an x value here. So we can combine those since they are on the same side of the equal sign. They're both to the left of the equal sign since our equal sign is right here. So we can go ahead and combine 4x and 24x. They're both positive, so we end up with a 28x. We didn't do anything with the minus 36, so we're just going to bring that down here. And it still is equals negative 8. So now we want to solve for our variable. So we are going to add 36 to both sides of our equation to cancel the minus 36 off. So negative 8 plus 36 is a positive 28. So this is 28 here. And then we have a positive 28x on this side. So we have 28x equals 28. And I'm just going to write this up over here. Then to solve for x, we're going to divide both sides by 28. And we get x equals a positive 1. So we found our value for x. But now we need to find our value for y. So to find y, we need to choose one of our equations. It doesn't matter which one we choose. I think the bottom one looks easier. So I'm going to choose the bottom one. So we have y equals negative 12 plus 8x. But we know that x is 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in 1 for that x. So we're going to have plus 8. But instead of x, we're going to plug in our number 1. Okay, so from right here. And that goes in parentheses. The x comes out. The 1 replaces it. So now we can go ahead and simplify it. We have y equals negative 12. 8 times 1 is a positive 8, so we have negative 12 plus 8. Negative 12 plus 8 is going to be a negative 4, so we have y equals negative 4, and we found our y value. So it asked us to determine the solution x comma y. We have our x value and we have our y value, so we write it as a coordinate point, and this is our final answer. That's the only point that the system has in common. That is a point that they intersect if we were to graph these, but that is our final solution.